Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. The Hallow event has reached its final week, October 30th until November 5th. Survive. Behold the Headless Horseman. Hold out against his ominous onslaught for as long as you can. On all days this week, outlast the invincible but decaying Headless Horseman. Beware the witching hour when all your minis are stunned in fear. Use special Hallows and minis to fend off foes and keep your base alive until the Horseman's haunting time is up. So we are back to the Darkshire map, and once again it's the middle quest. So you go into quests and you choose the middle one, the one with the pumpkin, and you get into this Darkshire map, and this time you're always going to fight against the Headless Horseman. The Headless Horseman encounter is similar to what Darkshire was on week 1, so it's a survival map. The boss, the Headless Horseman, is going to patrol the perimeter, and the boss is completely immune. You can't deal damage to the boss at all. Note that Headless Horseman is again a boss that does not attack flying units, so you can have your flying minis rolling around. The fight is going to last up to 5 minutes, at which point you will win if you're still alive. However, Headless Horseman is significantly more difficult than Darkshire week 1. Because there are 4 phase changes in this fight. First at 4:01, actually each phase is going to last 59 seconds, not a full minute, which means that the horseman is going to die at 5 seconds remaining on the clock. Anyway, 4:01, there's going to be a global oh my god. So that means that all of your minis are going to be trapped inside pumpkins, and also 2 meat wagons are going to spawn from the top left corner, same as in Darkshire week 1. Now all your minis are trapped, okay? 3:02, another global oh my god. All your minis are again trapped inside pumpkins, and again 2 meat wagons spawn from the top left corner. But these 2 phase changes are the easy ones. Then comes the hard one. At 2:03, there's going to be a global bone bomb. And what that means is that every single one of your minis is going to turn into a skeletal mage and switch sides. All of your minis are now skeletal mages that are going to fight for the Headless Horseman. They are rhyme mages, so they don't move. They will stay in place, but still, all of your work is gone. All of your minis are your enemy's minis. 2 meat wagons are going to spawn from the top left corner, and 3 banshees are going to spawn from every single corner, so that's 12 banshees headed right towards your base. And if a few of those banshees get to actually hit your base, then the banshee burn really burns that base hard. So that is the most difficult moment. You generally want to save your gold for that moment, 2:03, so that you will have full gold available and you will immediately be able to start working on those banshees. Then there's one more phase change at 1:04, another global bone bomb. So again, every one of your minis is going to turn into a skeletal mage for the horseman, and this time there's going to be a pumpkin spice on horseman's minis, so all of horseman's minis are going to get bloodlust as well. So if you're fighting close to your base at 2:03 or at 1:04, you're just dead, because there's going to be so many skeletal mages and they're going to wipe your base. So you want the fight to be a little bit further away so that your base doesn't get hurt. And then 2 meat wagons spawn from the top left corner again, but that's no more banshees at least. And at 0:05, Headless Horseman is finally going to die. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, if you're able to take advantage of this, the difficulty of this encounter is going to change a whole bunch because it uses the quest mechanics. So, a couple of things. First, your quest performance with your selected leader is going to affect the enemy level. The enemy level can be above your level, can be below your level. So you can go lose regular quests so that you will get the map to be easier, for example, with your leader. Also, the enemy army will have the quest mini in it. So whatever is the quest mini, that's also going to be part of the enemy army. You can try to turn this into an advantage by getting the quest refreshed while you have a weak army, or something that isn't really consequential, so maybe the enemy is going to get that. For example, the enemy could get something that they can't even play properly, something like that you might be able to get. But sometimes also if enemy gets a really good quest mini, then you probably need to get that quest to be rerolled so that you will have a better chance. And not only that, but also the event minis, they're probably going to change every day again. Blizzard has not told us a whole lot about it, but we know the rotation from last week. At one point they said that the rotation would be the same the following week. We're not sure if it is. But if the event minis indeed change every day, then the difficulty is also going to be determined by what event minis you have available. And as it happens, the first day is possibly the easiest day. Dire Battlings plus Oh My God, and Oh My God is really good here. Dire Battlings are also fine here, so that's 2 event minis that are totally usable. And here's the rotation from last week. I took notes of all the mini combinations that we had. So if it's the same again, then tomorrow we would get Bone Bomb and Plague Bomber again. That's actually a pretty good combination as well. So Thursday looks pretty good. Friday, Pumpkin Spice plus Witching Tree, which is kind of useless, so that would be 2 bad minis. That would be a very, very difficult day. Saturday, Die Battlings plus Boom Bomb. Boom Bomb is good, Battlings are okay, so that would be another good day. Sunday, Pumpkin Spice and Plague Bomber, a little bit of a weaker day. Monday, Oh My God and Witching Tree, a little weaker than today, but still Oh My God is okay, so Witching Tree is useless, but that might work. And then, I don't know about Tuesday. Last time we had Pumpkin Spice, Bomb Bomb and Oh My God, which would be kind of okay because Bomb Bomb and Oh My God are both kind of good. But that means that last week we had 3 minis that appeared twice and 3 minis that appeared 3 times. So if the final day is going to be the opposite combination, so that all minis would appear an even number of times, then that would be a very difficult day as well. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, that's also going to make the quest a little bit more difficult. Anyway, this is the army that I recommend. This also completes the challenge Defeat Headless Horseman with Headless Horseman, because I have Headless Horseman in this army. I do not play it at all. It's just part of the army, so it completes the challenge criteria. And I have Dire Battlings here. Dire Battlings are here also because I did this on Dire Battlings Day, and by including them in my army, that means that they're not included in the deck twice, so I don't get as many Dire Battlings in the deck. And then I have Batrider, Witch Doctor, Whelpex, and a Chimera in a Cenarius army. So a couple of points about this. I like to have a lot of flying units. I don't want there to be a lot of squads or anything. I do have Die Battlings, but that was for other reasons. I also don't like stuff like Drake with the Mother Drake talent that I have seen some people use, because I think getting all those Whelpex out there just means that there's going to be so many skeletal mages eventually. I'm not a huge fan of that. Whelpex do get turned into skeletal mages as well. Chimera, so I want big flyers with big impact. Chimera is the best one out of all those. One of the reasons I chose Cenarius specifically is because Cenarius is good against Banshees, because Cenarius is going to root those Banshees and give you extra time to kill them. Also, I get to offslot a couple of minis, so we're using the quest mechanic. When we offslot some minis, especially the Horseman that we're not intending to ever play, then that means that that mini lowers our average level so that we can get it a little bit easier. And, well, that's pretty much the story. We have lots of AoE, we have lots of flyers, and we're trying to survive, and this is what it all looks like in action. So here we go, Cenarius against the Headless Horseman, and here right at the start I like to mine if I can. I like to send flyers a little bit all over the place. I want to take at least one of the chests, at least the bottom chest, the top chest too if I have time to take it, so I'm sending Cenarius there. After the Horseman has passed, because Horseman kills the ground units, then I can send a unit to try to grab the top chest. You can't grab the top chest before Horseman reaches it, because Horseman is quite fast, but you can get the bottom chest. Then I'm just sending especially these Chimeras all over the place, and I'm trying to mine, and well, that's the start. Horseman is going to ignore all of the flying minis. The flying minis are going to fly around in circles, hopefully killing everything. And here we go. We have a really good setup here at the start. Everything is perfectly fine. The first phase change is going to come at 4:01, and I'm perfectly ready for that one. So here we go, 4:01 phase change. Because I have Oh My God on this day, then I'm going to use that and just turn all of those into pumpkins, or trap them inside pumpkins. I mean, the minis are still there, but they are going to be permanently trapped. So that's gonna be fine. And then send out some defensive tools all over the place. Looking good. Alright, we have this one under control. And nothing bad is going to happen to me here. Nope. Like I said, could have positioned a little bit further back. Bit of a risk to position it so close. They might have been able to get a hit in, but this time they didn't, which is nice. There's the Abomination coming from the top right at this point. That's a timed spawn, as is the Necromancer and the Ghouls. So I would need to send some flyer to kill that Abomination. I think the Chimera is going to catch up to it and kill it though, so that's gonna be fine. 3:02 is approaching. Everyone is going to be trapped inside a pumpkin again, and I have a lot of gold. Boom. And I can again use the Oh My God, the event mini, in order to stop the meat wagons. And other than that, I'm just reacting, mining. Forgot to defend the south side a little bit. Oh My God, it's going to come to rescue though. Could have taken those could have taken those harpies down, I suppose. So far everything is going absolutely perfectly. But, of course, at 203, the real challenge is going to come, which is the Banshee wave. And I actually didn't do a great job in defending against Banshees here, but overall the idea is that I want to fight so that everything is as far away, everything is as clear as possible. I want to have a limited number of minis on the board for myself, but because I'm mostly relying on chimeras, then that's quite natural. I don't have a lot of squads anyway. I'm a little reluctant to play those bats, and that actually ended up costing me a bit, because I didn't want the bats to turn into skeleton mages. So here, the Banshees are coming from all the corners. I'm trying to send some defenses towards every corner here, and I'm failing a little bit here, because now the south ones got through. Well, one of them. Okay, so not that many Banshees got through. It was pretty decent defense in the end, I suppose. So just trying to use the spell, using Chimera, using Cenarius, using AoE, and even feeding them maybe some dire battlings so that they can just take those dire battlings instead of hitting my base. And my base took around 50% HP damage there. And here it's important, before the next phase change, I want the fight to be away from my base, if at all possible. So I want to start fighting, I want to fight far away from my base. And now there's another phase change. Okay, it's gone. I didn't want to have minis close to my base, because all of those would have turned into skeletons for the skeletal mages for the opponent. Now I got fine, I'm able to mine there because the Chimera is protecting that. I have the Oh My God to handle the top left, which is the area where most minis are going to come from. And I have my defense up. It's looking pretty good. There's a bunch of stuff coming from the side there, but I'm able to stop some of them with Oh My God as well. There's a bit of an abomination issue. I'm trying to get the Chimera out there so the Chimera would kill all of the small ones, and it does. And now things look pretty good. There's that one abomination at my base, but other than that, nothing much. And we're in the clear, and the Headless Horseman has been defeated. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.